Hi guys, Real Mom Info. This is Shauna. Just wanted to let you know that I'm coming to you today. I had a question. Thank you, Mrs. Miles, for that question. She wanted to know why I, or how I, came up with the list of groups in the document that I posted yesterday in the main feeder matrix file section. So I wanted to go over how I do that. Basically, I pull up all of my groups, which I have done here already. To pull up all of your groups, simply go to your timeline, scroll down left hand side, look for groups, click on the pencil, click on see all groups. This page will load. All right, so now I'm going to, once you're here, right click, do view page source, and I could actually do all of this information, but I'm not. I am going to simply just pull out what I absolutely have to have. So Control F brings up this little handy dandy finder search type box here. I've already got something typed in here, which is what I need. So I'm going to hit enter here. And then it's going to slowly load up everything that is relevant. I don't want to post in feeder matrix, so I'm going to highlight the first group that I see here. And now that that has completely loaded, I'm actually going to hit my control or my shift key. I'm going to go scroll down here. Went too far. All right, so I don't want any of these down here at the end. So I'm going to just click here. And why didn't I click at the quotation mark? Because I'm going to get rid of the slash and the quotation mark here because I don't need them. All right, in particular because the quotation mark is going to give you an error if you try to use it as a hyperlink. So let's do Control C. Actually, we can do copy here, which I believe I have already done. So let's see here. I'm going to do the paste. Yep. And if we go back to the top or go up to the top here, typically, and I've already done it on this one, but when you have the href equals quotation marks, matter of fact, let me go ahead and recopy this again so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me go edit, select here, delete, come back over here using my shift key, click here again, right click, and hopefully it will bring up copy here for me. It's a lot to do. And copy. And come back over here to Notepad. Paste it in. All right. And so now I go back to the top here. The href is there. I'm going to do Control H, which is going to bring up my replace screen. I want to find href equals quotation slash groups. I want to replace it with HTTPS facebook.com/groups. So we're going to put our little cursor here. We're going to find the next. It's going to highlight that first one for us. We click replace. If you want to see that it worked, there you go. I'm going to say replace all. And now the next step for me is to get rid of this. I don't want to see that. You could leave the /, but I'm going to get rid of it. All right, so again, cursor here, find the next. You see it highlights it, replace. If you want to see that it did in fact remove it, it's not there any longer. Replace all. Now you are ready to select all of your information here. We're going to select all and copy. Now what you want to do is pull up your online tool, your URL extractor online tool, which I have done. And as you can see, it's already completed the job for me. But let me go ahead and show you what it does. And you see it says 1237 URLs. You can actually come back over here to your source And since I did this, it looks like I've gained about 12 more, or there may be some sources in here that I don't need. Um, or they may actually load as pages, or I'm sorry, websites. So we'll take a look at that here. All right, so let's go. Let's see how this works. So we do Control P, or I'm sorry, Control V, or we can just paste here. And again, this takes a while. Again, this is a huge file. I'm going to go ahead and stop this real quick until it is done loading, then I'll bring it right back up. I'll continue the recording, I should say. All right, so as you can see, it's loaded up that data that was over there in Notepad. This is two things you want to do before you do anything else here. You want to change this to new line. You want each URL to be on its own line. And so you do new line here. You would click this arrow, and comma is the first one that would normally show when you first load this page. You want to just click on new line and sort it alphabetically so that you are getting it, if you ever want to use it as something to manually post every day and you want to know where you left off, it's much easier to just find the group that you just posted in if you do it alphabetically like that. All right, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and hit the word extract here, which is actually a button, has a little script program, whatever, behind it. And there we go. And again, everything that you do, the copy, the pasting, the extracting, takes a little bit with this because there's a lot of data. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here, and I will pick it back up when it's ready to show you. All right, folks, as you can see, it definitely did what it needed to do. These are obviously some, looks like some pages, possibly some actual websites. I'm saying pages, but websites that actually loaded from the URLs that it found. So we can either look to see if these are actually Facebook groups at this point and then make it be what it needs to be if you want to include those, or you can just ignore it for now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of what I know I don't need. I don't need these FB static. I believe those are maybe some photos. Yes, .pngs there. So I'm going to get rid of those. And there are my groups. Isn't this exciting? I know. I just love how quickly things can be done. I was sitting trying to get this done on my own, and it was just so time consuming doing it manually, and I'm really happy that I was able to find not only this one, there's a lot of them out there. Some of them you can do as downloads, some of them you can do online. The one that I really like to use was not working today, so I had to come up with another plan so that I can show you how to do this. But it does work. All of these I know for a fact are groups, and so if I wanted to find out the actual Facebook group, I would imagine it's just HTTPS Facebook groups and then the rest of this. We actually could go prove that, and I'll just take one of these like this loot here. We'll go look and see that one real quick. This is some added bonus information that you don't actually need, but let me go ahead and see if I can get it done for you. Control C, go to Facebook. Let's see if we can just find loot here. Can I do a Control F without it causing too much damage here? Looks like I can. All right, so let's go loot. And it should find, there it is. So it is a group, but because they have it in here as www, it actually changed it in the URL extractor. But there it is. It is actually one of my groups that I can post in. So, folks, I just want to let you know, you just need to change this, by the way, and you can see what group that it actually is. If you hover here, you can see this HTTP, and maybe you can't see that. It's outside of let me stop this and drag my window so you can kind of see this. One moment here. All right, so if I hover here, there it goes. You can see it says the actual group. So if you wanted to just manually type that in into your notepad once you copy and paste it, the list from the URL extractor. You can do that if you just want to ignore it. Whatever you want to do is fine. You know, you don't have to have all of your groups that you've joined as part of your group list, I suppose. But I probably will do that, or would have done that if I hadn't already had this done. But just so you guys know, that's how you do it. It's not too technical. I'll go back over it real quick because I know when I first do things, I'm adding more information that I need a lot of times because I want you to understand the full picture. So let me go back over that. Basically, the three things that you need. You need to have Facebook open, you need to have the URL extractor, and you need Notepad. All right, those are the three things that you need. Once you are in your Facebook, you want to bring up all of your groups. Once you are on all of your groups, it's simply right click on it, view the page source. Once the source page loads, you want to then search for href equals quotation mark slash groups, which is right here. Okay, highlight, copy all of that information over into Notepad. Once you are in Notepad, you then want to go to the top. You will do Control H or edit, find, replace, or find, I should say edit to replace. And then once you're in there, you want to find the href equals quotation mark slash groups. You want to replace it with this https /facebook.com/groups. Once that is done, then you'll copy all of that information. I do apologize. One moment while I answer that call. And all right, like I was saying, so you'll highlight this, copy this, come back to your URL extractor. You'll copy or paste it into here, choose new line, check the sort alphabetically if you want it to be sorted alphabetically. Click extract, wait for it to finish doing its little job there. Everything will load. Simply highlight what you want to copy as a file or put into a file, then save the file, and there you go. All right, guys, I hope that answers your questions. If you have any other concerns or you have any other questions, you know where to reach me, 39beads@gmail.com. Phone number 419-740-0519. You can also reach me on Facebook, Real Mom Info, and I look forward to your many questions, your many concerns, and getting those answered as best as I can. If I am not able to answer them, Johnny, on the spot, I will be a resource. Look for resources for you, point you to resources, etc., etc. As always, my pleasure. Real Mom Info. Take care, folks. Till the next time I see you. Bye-bye.